Today I'm going to teach you how to do some lateral movements. Lateral just means to the side. A lot of us don't include enough of these types of movements in our training program. A lot of what we do is just up and down, but not a lot to the side. And training to the side is important because we move through life in all planes of movement, not just forward and backward. So there are a couple of different versions of what I'm going to teach you, and we're going to progress them in difficulty. The first we're going to start with is called a lateral squat. Squat means that there's no dynamic or moving portion to the exercise. So I'm going to use a kettlebell for my demonstration. You can hold a dumbbell. You can even just do this body weight depending on where you're at in your fitness and strength training journey. So the setup for this movement for a lateral squat is that your feet are going to be wide. Yeah, I need them as wide as you're comfortable getting them, and I want my toes facing forward. Now, if you're going to do this movement with just body weight because you're learning it or you're new to the gym, all you're going to do is you're going to squat down to one side as you reach your hands out in front of you, and then you're going to come up and pull your hands in. Squat down, sit down, come up. You'll notice when I do this, this leg is staying straight, my foot's on the floor, and as I squat down, I'm not going across. I'm thinking about sitting down into my heel as my knee tracks over my center toe, and then I come up. This is a lateral squat. Now, as you get better and stronger, you can add weight to it. So often we'll give our clients either a kettlebell or a dumbbell, and they're going to hold it in the opposite hand of the side that they're squatting to. So as I squat down, I'm going to reach toward the arch or the inside of my foot, push through that foot to stand up. Squat, stand up. And I can get really heavy with these. I've been training for a very long time, and I still do this specific exercise. I just use a really heavy weight. Normally, when we program these, we'll do anywhere between 5 and, not usually 12, but you could go up to 12 reps each way. 5, you'll often be using a heavier weight since it's fewer reps for 5, whereas if you're going higher reps, you're usually using a more moderate weight. So where do we go from there? Let's say you've added in lateral squats to your program, you want to progress them. Next, we would move someone to what we call a lateral lunge. It's the same looking movement, except now we're adding in a dynamic portion. So it's a stepping lunge. I'm going to step out into that wide position, squat down, step back. Step out, squat down, step back. I'll show you from the side so you can see what this movement looks like. Step out, squat down, step back. This is a lateral lunge. We would consider this to be a progression from that first exercise I showed you, which was the lateral squat. From there, let me grab a slider here. We can progress to a sliding lateral lunge. So I have a sliding disc under my foot. You can also use that black slide board that we have. Normally, these things slide best on turf, but they work fine on the rubber for this demonstration. What I'll do is, this sliding leg is not my working leg. So I'm going to hold the weight on that same side as my sliding leg. This is my stance squatting leg. As I go down with the slider, I'm going to trace the inside of my leg with the weight, push through this foot to stand up. Again, my knee is tracking over my center toe, push through my foot to stand up. So this would be a progression, a more challenging version of this movement pattern. So there you have it. I encourage you to incorporate some type of lateral movement or strength exercise into your training program. And if you're not sure where to start with these lateral squats, whether it's reaching or if you're holding the weight. Enjoy.